about the expansion of wild pigs, is that they're starting to make their way into the northeastern states, and they can't be stopped. They can survive in any weather.
Yep.
They breed 3 times a year. They're viable, I think, from the time they're 5 to 6 months old. They have their first litter.
Wade Kerrigan is watching something on his screen that isn't supposed to be there. 3:17 in the morning, Avoyelles Parish, Louisiana. No moon, no wind, just flat black rice fields and 11 pale shapes drifting together like one sleepy animal instead of 11. He's not a soldier, even if the gear around him suggests otherwise. He's a hog hunter, and tonight his job comes down to 3 things: find the heat, call the range, wait for the shot. His crew radios in from the tree line, fields clean, just hogs, except Wade counts 12. The extra shape sits apart from the herd, low to the ground, not rooting, not feeding, just facing the herd, motionless, like it's measuring something no one else can see. Then it creeps forward, one careful step at a time, before exploding into motion and vanishing into the trees. Wade keys his radio anyway. "Wait," he whispers. "Don't shoot." 11 seconds. That's the whole encounter, smeared white-orange light against total darkness, then nothing. But in those 11 seconds, Wade sees something that doesn't move like prey trying to survive the night. It moves like it owns it. So why is a piece of military-grade surveillance tech hovering over a Louisiana rice field at 3 in the morning in the first place? Because feral hogs have become a full-blown crisis across the American South, and Louisiana is one of the worst fronts. More than 900,000 of them, spread across every one of its 64 parishes, out of roughly 6 million nationwide, in at least 41 states. A single sow can produce 2 litters a year, 6 piglets each, which makes them one of the fastest breeding large mammals alive. One night is enough for a hog sounder to wreck an entire rice field. Cane fields, bean rows, levees, drainage systems, all torn apart, and the bill lands on the farmer every single time. Fences, traps, night vision rifles. None of it holds the line. You can't outshoot something that breeds faster than you can reload. So exhausted farmers call in professional crews, and those crews fly drones with military-grade thermal cameras, the same infrared tech used to track targets in total darkness, now aimed at rice fields after midnight. Every heartbeat glows white against the black. The operator locks on, calls coordinates to shooters on the ground. It's a skill most landowners could never afford or master, reading smears of light well enough to tell a hog from a deer, or from something else entirely. Wade is one of those operators, night after night, just another shift, until the night his screen showed him something that wasn't part of the job. Here's the catch. That technology has one massive blind spot, and it's exactly why the 12th shape couldn't be identified. A thermal camera doesn't show you an animal. It shows you heat, a blurred streak of white and orange against a cold background. From 200 feet up, a bolting hog and a panicked deer look almost identical. Shape, coat, the outline of a body, all erased, leaving only warmth. Add a dropped signal under cypress canopy, batteries dying in Louisiana humidity, eyes worn raw by dawn, and even a seasoned operator can misread a shape. Wade knew this one hadn't moved like a hog. But knowing what something isn't is a long way from knowing what it is. If it had happened once, he might have let it go. A strange shape, a stranger night, filed away and forgotten. But it didn't stop at once. A few nights later, over a different field, the same heat signature turned up again. Same low gait, same distance kept from the herd. Then again, and again. Stringing the footage together, a behavior emerged that no single flight could reveal. The animal always started at the field's edge, crept forward in short bursts, then froze completely for seconds at a stretch, as if calculating exact distance. That isn't foraging, that's stalking, and it always hunted alone. No pack, no second animal waiting in reserve, just one individual, bringing down prey far bigger than a piglet, big enough to make most lone predators think twice. In Louisiana, the list of animals that hunt solo and are strong enough for that is remarkably short. Wade was certain now. This was a real predator. What kind was the question that would eat at him for weeks afterward, the kind of thing that follows a man home and sits with him at breakfast, and answering it meant leaving the sky and setting traps on the ground. What he needed next, no thermal image could give him. A face, a shape, actual proof. So Wade and the landowners brought in trail cameras, the same waterproof units hunters use to pattern deer, except these weren't aimed at the hogs. They were aimed at whatever had been watching the hogs, set on the paths the hogs used most, and above all at the sites of old kills where torn earth and drag marks led into the brush. Then they waited, day after day, hopeful, pulling cards that held nothing but a deer wandering past at dawn. Night after night, the darkness kept its secret. Whatever was out there knew how to disappear, and for a long stretch, it won. While the cameras sat empty, Wade started asking around, veteran hunters, ranchers who'd spent lifetimes on the edges of those fields. He wasn't the first to sense something was off out there. One man described hog carcasses dragged dozens of feet into the brush and buried under leaves, as if something meant to come back for the rest later. Not how wild dogs feed, not how vultures feed either. Another man swore his headlights once caught a large shape crossing the road before it vanished into the tree line, too fast to trust his own eyes. None of it alone was proof. Together, it sketched an outline, solitary, unnaturally strong, and too smart to ever be caught looking. The obvious suspect was the coyote, the region's most common night hunter, and Wade's own first guess. But coyotes hunt in packs, and when they target hogs, they go after the easy mark, a piglet cut off from its mother. What Wade had on screen did the opposite, alone every time, taking down animals far too big for a lone coyote to risk. Eliminated. Next, the black bear. Present in Louisiana, solitary, strong enough to overpower a grown hog. On paper, it fit, but the footage said otherwise. The animal on screen was low, long, lean, pressed close to the ground. A black bear is the opposite, bulky, high-shouldered, a heavy rolling gait. Wade's shape glided. A bear plods, eliminated too. That left one kind of animal, solitary, powerful enough to take a grown hog, but built low and long and supple, like a cat. In Louisiana, exactly one species fits, a species officials have insisted for years doesn't really exist here anymore. The confirmation came from a trail camera, weeks into nothing but empty memory cards. One morning, Wade pulled a card expecting the same as always. Nothing, and found, buried in hundreds of throwaway frames, a clip that stopped him cold. Not a smear of heat this time. The camera caught everything. The animal is pressed flat and motionless at the edge of frame, body drawn tight as a bowstring. It closes the distance one agonizing step at a time, head down, belly nearly grazing the dirt. Nearby, a mid-sized hog roots through the mud, oblivious. Then, in a single instant, it erupts. A burst almost too fast for the camera to follow, closing the last stretch in one heartbeat and slamming into the hog. The two crash into a violent, thrashing tangle and roll out of frame entirely. But in that split-second charge, the lens caught exactly what Wade needed. A long, muscular body wrapped in pale, tawny fur, 4 broad paws, and a long, thick tail curling sharply at the tip. No coyote has that. No bear has it either. It was a mountain lion, cougar, puma, panther, whatever name you grew up calling it. The exact animal Louisiana's conservation officials have maintained for years has no breeding population left in the state. And there it was, on camera, hunting on that land. But the relief lasted about as long as it took to ask the next question. If this animal was supposed to have vanished from Louisiana, where did it actually come from? Here's what makes that footage so extraordinary. Across the eastern half of the United States, seeing a wild mountain lion is close to impossible. Less than 2 centuries ago, they ranged across nearly the whole continent. Settlers hunted, trapped, and shot them out of existence east of the Mississippi. Today, stable breeding populations survive only in roughly 15 western states, thousands of miles from any Louisiana rice field. So, how does one turn up here? Young mountain lions, especially young males, get pushed out of their birth territory to find land of their own, and they can travel hundreds of miles, sometimes over 1,000, crossing rivers, cutting across highways, slipping quietly past the edges of sleeping towns. Wade's cat was almost certainly one of these wanderers, a young male that drifted an enormous distance from the west and found a Louisiana field full of prey worth staying for. Even where mountain lions do live, they're nearly invisible. The strangest contradiction about the whole species. They hold the record for the widest range of any wildland mammal in the Western Hemisphere, stretching from Canada down through South America, and yet almost nobody ever sees one in the wild. They live alone, hunt at night, avoid people with something close to absolute instinct, and after every kill, drag the carcass off to hide it before slipping quietly back to feed. An animal that size can live a few miles from people for years, and leave behind nothing but a paw print in soft mud, or a shape that flickers once through a set of headlights and is gone. That's exactly why a hog hunting drone accidentally catching one mid-hunt, clear enough to prove it, isn't just rare, it's close to unheard of. One more thing worth clearing up, because whenever a predator moves through southern woods at night, one name always gets whispered first: the black panther. Generations of hunters and farmers across the South have told stories of jet black big cats slipping through the woods at dusk. It's a great story. It also isn't true. There has never been a single confirmed black-coated mountain lion anywhere in North America, not one verified specimen, not one photograph, not one piece of evidence that survives scrutiny. Mountain lions simply don't come in a black coat. So, whatever was stalking those hogs wasn't a monster out of local legend. It was something more real, and honestly more remarkable. An actual tawny mountain lion, flesh and blood, the kind of ghost almost nobody ever gets close enough to prove existed. And here's the part nobody planned for. Those thermal drones were bought for one reason: killing feral hogs. Instead, without anyone intending it, they became one of the most effective wildlife monitoring tools Louisiana's forests have ever had. Every flight sweeps through a hidden world no trail camera could fully catch. Black bears reclaiming old ground, bobcats working the tree lines, and every so often a wandering mountain lion passing through on a journey spanning hundreds of miles. Hunters who once called this gear an overpriced toy now fly it almost every week, and wildlife researchers have quietly started asking to see the footage every time some heat signature refuses to move like a hog is supposed to. But maybe the sharpest detail in this whole story is the mountain lion itself. While people spend fortunes trying to hold back an invasive species breeding out of control, an apex predator quietly slipped back into the picture and started doing exactly what it's always done: hunting, eating the same feral hogs farmers have spent years fighting. No drone required, no bullet fired, no tax dollars spent. Nature, given the chance, finding its own way back toward balance. Nobody can say for certain where that mountain lion is now. They don't stay anywhere long. It may have already crossed another few hundred miles of dark country, looking for the next stretch of land and the next field full of prey. But it left something behind worth sitting with. People spend thousands on military-grade infrared gear just to manage a hog problem, and by accident, that same camera stumbled onto one of the best-kept secrets in the American South. Proof that an animal everyone assumed had vanished is still out there, hunting quietly, closer than almost anyone realizes, which leaves one question worth carrying with you. If an ordinary hog-hunting drone can stumble onto a mountain lion in a place it isn't supposed to exist, how many other things are moving through the dark out there that no camera has ever caught?